All right, guys, and we're live. Hello, thank you, and welcome for joining me on this broadcast. Guys, let me know if the audio is good and you can hear me. If you can hear me and see me, that is a good indication, guys. So thank you for those who were kindly and patiently waiting for me to come up on here. I know I see Sandra, Scout, Chrissy, Gen Z, woohoo, Gen Z. I know Mac Danny, she may or may not be here. She probably fell asleep. But guys, let's get on with the broadcast, all right? So for those who can join us, beautiful. For those who can't, understandable. We're gonna cover a couple of key points here. This broadcast will be short and concise, so it will not be a long one, all right? But it will be a very impactful one and a very informative one. But which live stream is not informative? So yes, as always, we get right down to the under the weeds, under the surface, and I will always bring the truth, clarity, in a very practical manner. That way, we as all can put into use the information, the insight that I'm going to deliver. All right. So as you guys know, we are in Scorpio season. We have been in Scorpio season for, I guess, we're probably about almost midway through. Yeah. So let's enjoy this process, because with what we have been experiencing in this season of Scorpio, it has been what I would classify as unearthing, going in the weeds, getting under the surface, right? You know, the rug that's been in your living room floor, your living room floor of your family house, and you lift the rug up, and everything under that rug gets brought to light. So we're going to cover a couple of key points in this broadcast, guys. So first and foremost, let me see how I will begin this. It may have felt like in the most recent past that we were in a fog of some kind, or it's kind of hazy or blurry, or kind of cloudy. And at this point, the universe has been giving you signals and hints, right? These signals and hints have been unveiling, right? And leading you down the path of truth, your truth, all right? And on this path, okay, things that you maybe in the past would have resisted to see are undeniably in your face. And also things that maybe you were in denial about are now, you're facing the truth head on. There's no more fog, haziness. Right now, you're experiencing complete clarity. And while that clarity can be a little in your face, a little scary, at the same time, that clarity is everything. You know, clarity brings truth. When you have a clear mind and when things are right there, right for you to see what's happening here, that is how you come into your more empowered state. When the truth is revealed to you face on, there is no more guessing, no more guessing games, no more, well, if this, then that, right? So the fog and the haze has now been cleared. And right now, truth has been brought to your face, front and center. No longer can you deny the truth and the clarity that of situations, subjects, whatever things you were dealing with in this year for sure. Right now in this season, everything is being brought front and center, and you can no longer deny the inevitable. You can't. So if you felt hazy or foggy, or if you felt like you were clouded in like, uncertainty, right now during this season, everything is being brought front and center and it's clear as day. Now you can maybe be in denial to accept the reality that's being brought on the doorstep, but at the same time, guys, that reality is what is going to be the golden nugget. That's the pathway to your destiny. So it's most optimal if you use the pathway for your highest good rather than resist. If you resist, well, you only delay your greatness, and you delay you delay your greatness, and you also sit in the disarray longer. All right. So next here on this little couple bullet points, guys. Right now, you are being faced with so many little bits and insights of information. The universe has been dropping nuggets of truth, nuggets of insight. You can be like driving to work, or in the shower, doing dishes, and information is being just dropped into your higher awareness, right? And with the information that's being dropped into your higher awareness, these are the clues, the hints. The universe is trying to show you, hey, do this, do that, right? It can't force you and push you, but it can drop you those insights. Now, you've been given these insights for quite some time. This is not the first time. Now, at this moment in this process, it is up to you to actually take the full action steps on the insights and the nuggets that have been revealed to you on this path. All right? So, let me start with this part. So you may have been in a moment of time where you felt as though you had been completely defeated. Life just took you and cut you at the knees, and you feel like all that you've been working on, you got nothing to show for it, right? So it's a common theme that many people have been facing, right? So you're not alone, number one, but number two, here is how this transcends. All the work you put in to the outcomes that you will not receive the results on for XYZ situations were learning lessons, were pivotal points, they were crossroads. You still built your emotional integrity. You still built your personal sovereignty. You still did accomplish something on a more internal level. Just because you know the outcome in the physical material world to show for all that you had done doesn't mean it's wasted, all right? All right, hear me out. So we have been, putting all this effort into something that maybe we don't get to reap the rewards on in a physical manner. However, we will receive the process, the lessons that we're learned from all of this unrest, all of this building, all of this populating, right? We still receive the other benefits. We can't see them now, and maybe our mental faculties don't allow us to translate how that building translates to where we're in the future, right? Because the way our minds are set up is that we see this outcome for that outcome, understandably so. Close that cycle out. Put it to a close, right? You can't go to the next chapter of your life. You can't flip the page of a book if you're still looking at that page. You can't do that. You got to close the book or close the page. Go to the next book or turn the next chapter. And you don't know how the story unfolds. All you can see is that window of perspective. Your awareness is in that level of possibility, but you can't see because you're in that story. You got to close that chapter out. Turn the page, new book, new slate, and let's see how this unfolds. All right. There you go. So a lot of people in this experience this year and up until maybe the last few years have been suffering in different ways. They've been putting in the effort, and it's been very challenging, full of trials and tribulations, you name it. we've experienced it. Here is what we can expect for this moment of time, all right? We're not even quite midway through the season, but we pretty much are. And so where we have been is not where we're going, all right? Where we have been is not where we're going to go. We must accept that there were pain points, building of energy, time spent, money spent, and we may not see the immediate result yielding for the return investment in that area or category for that chapter of life, guys. But the universe is always keeping tabs, right? The universe always is keeping like the accounting, right? So maybe you didn't get your way on one area. Maybe those things didn't serve you. They were not for your highest self, but the universe has the tab, all right? And that spiritual bank account is on the other side. When you learn the lessons and you complete as you're supposed to, if you're following your intuition, like the title of this broadcast is titled, Follow Your Intuition. Your intuition is going to be leading you down the right path. The intuition is leading you toward your greatness, right? The universe will never lead you astray. So no matter what is happening in your life, you can be going under the most trying of times. And if you are praying to the highest of high, God, universe, source, creator, trust in the fact that even if you don't feel the experience of that response in that moment, that the universe does support you. It has your back. It has your best interest. It has your best interest so much that it will remove the situations that you are not supposed to endure. Painful experiences, job losses, or people, situations, or groups. It will remove those from your life because the universe does support you and your growth. All right. Right now, more than ever, we are being forced, right, to face the most uncomfortable of unknowns. And the unknown can be scary because the unknown is unknown, right? When it's unknown, we don't know what to expect. And then in that unknown process, we feel as though, where we go, how do we overcome this? What do we do? You're blindfolded, you feel maybe lost, whatever is taking place in that moment of time. We must accept that that is also part of the journey. Being blindfolded, being walking in the unknown is part of the journey. It's not as a punishment. It's to give you the confidence to learn how to take bold and brave steps in the direction of your dreams without being able to see what's around you, right? The bravery and the courage that is required to take one more step in the blindfold, in the abyss, in the blackness, the darkness, the unknown, right? You keep taking one more step and trust that you're not going to fall off the cliff. You got to trust in yourself that you know your foot will land. You have to believe it. If you don't believe in that, then you're going to be walking on eggshells, and you can't do that. When you walk in the unknown, you better walk with confidence, face the fears, be brave, be courageous, and trust that you will be supported. The higher power at play always has your back. It doesn't matter what's happening, what's taking place, what area of your life is on play, what category, what subject matter. Trust me, every single day when you do, your steps forward are going to be supported if it's in the right intention. Hold the highest vibration, take the steps, take the jump, take the leap, and you will be supported. That's how this game works, guys, all right? All right. And, oh yeah, well, right now, also, guys, more than ever, we're also facing cycles that have come to a close, but these cycles were very purposeful. They could be very painful, agony. They could have been disruptive to your life, but understand that the pain points and the heartache or whatever you endured, financial loss, emotional loss, physical loss, people, loved ones you've lost, understand that whatever you've lost is not in vain. No, it's not. We also can learn from the experiences that we've had to endure. If we can take those experiences, heartache, financial loss, people we've lost and loved ones, if we can take, right, what we've experienced, the pain, and transmute that into learned lessons, and we can use that as fuel to empower us as we move forward, then you, like the Scorpio, can rise from the ashes. Then you, like the Scorpio, can transmute. Then you, like the Scorpio, can completely revolutionize and regenerate, right? From zero, from nothing, all right? The Scorpio is very, very powerful, all right? And we are in Scorpio season. And right now, we've had to endure a lot of cycles that come to a close, right? Understand that from these ashes and from this turmoil and from all of the crap, right, we too can ascend to our better self. Yes, we can. And yes, you can. All right. And right now is the time to rebuild from zero, from the ground up. You rebuild from the basic, right? But you'll do it now with more honor and integrity. You'll want to build off a firm foundation. So you clear the slate, you clean the slate. Because now you know what you're working with. Maybe in the past, you believed old ideologies, you believed old perceptions, but maybe that's no longer in alignment with your truth. Because see, when Scorpio season comes in, it comes into slice and dice, right? And transform, shake it all up, because there are elements in our life that we've been holding on to, holding on to so desperately, we don't release those elements, but those elements no longer serve who you now are. And you can't take that into your future. You just can't. You can't do that. And so it's better to learn from the pain, transmute it, and use it as your fuel to become your best self, right? To ascend to higher positions internally with self, okay? Self-mastery. And the only way you can do that is when you follow the symbols and the signs. The universe is always hinting to you, right? Synchronicity, divine timing, divine intervention. These are the elements that are always at play, because destiny is your birthright, right? Destiny is always at play. You can't deny destiny. So the universe and your angelic realm and the higher powers that be, right, internally in your higher self, is always leading you. Follow your intuition, because that is your guiding system. Your intuition is your North Star. And you will never be led astray, because your own heart and soul, when you're in full alignment, knows the truth. And once you know truth, it's undeniable, right? No one can change your mind, because once you know truth, you know truth. All right. And so on this topic of knowing your truth and building from the ground up on a new slate, right? You want to build a house out of bricks, right? One brick at a time. You don't want to build on nothing, sand, wood, sticks. You don't want to have a house of cards, because you can guarantee that will fall down and never be stable. You want to know where you're placing your footing. Your footing must be certain. You must place one foot, then the next. You got to know where you're standing, and your ground must be true pillars of your core, your values. If you don't have that, what do you have? Right, guys? So With this, I want to say that it's more important, right, to discover who you are inside, your true self inside. It's more important, more than ever right now, to go in, reflect within, and figure out what you do value when it comes to family, spouse, friends, relationships, groups, work, career, money, X, Y, and Z, all right? You need to know where you stand and what you value and why you value X, Y, or Z thing, right? You got to know that. If you don't know that, how can you build anything? How can you build with no true understanding of self? Right? So it's very important that now more than ever, you go within and clear out elements that maybe kept you in the fog or kept you in the dark. Figure it out. This is your life. You get one life in this realm, all right? And do not die with regrets. Don't go to your deathbed thinking like, well, if I knew now when I knew then I would go and be an entrepreneur. Or if I knew now when I knew then I would go, do X, Y, or Z. No, you have every moment right now. You're not going to wait till that moment. Take your life, take charge of the steering wheel. This is your life, one shot at it, and you owe yourself the best shot. Don't expect for governments, outside positions, external forces to come and figure your shit out. That ain't gonna happen. You must, all right, number one, take accountability. What do you want? Who are you? Who are you? What do you want? What do you stand for? Number two, take ownership. Hey, I must be the leader of my freaking car, my life. Let's figure this out, right? Number three, trust yourself on that path when you set forth, right? It'll be scary. It'll be unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. At moments, it's going smooth. And the next thing you know, boom, collapse. You got to just stay the course. Stay the course. Use your discipline, your discernment to stay on the path, right? And more importantly than ever, it's so critical, guys, so critical that we learn to trust yourself to the point where you're not seeking external validation. If you have to seek external praise for what you believe is a good job that you've done, then you're missing the point of whatever you're doing. You don't want to be seeking external validation from peers and colleagues or other people around you to tell you or to reaffirm that you're on point, right? You, of all people, should know if you are on point. Now, you can accept their external complimentary or their external reaffirmation. That's fine. But if you are reliant upon the external validation, if you are reliant, if your ego and your inner truth is reliant upon someone else telling you great job, good job, you've missed the ball. All right? So, as I close this out, guys, it's so important more than ever to face your fears head on. Will it be scary? Yeah. Unfamiliar? Yes. But you can do it, and you owe it to yourself to have your personal sovereignty. Don't let it be stripped away by external forces. No. Hold on to who you are at your core, right? Persevere, push through the barriers. Keep fighting. It's your truth. Don't expect other people to fight your truth. It's your truth, okay? Only you know it. And the best recommendation I can offer to anybody out there is to find people who align up with your truths. That's my best recommendation, because the world is full of chaos, distraction, disruption, you name it, it's there. If you want to focus in and you want to really hone in on either mastering your craft or mastering yourself or personal development or your projects, whatever endeavors you're focused on, you want to align up with people who have the same values, who respect what you respect. Otherwise, you're just putting yourself into an abyss of a lot of nothingness, or you're putting yourself in an abyss of where others are also lost. if you join the pot of lost people, don't expect yourself to find yourself, all right? Don't jump into a pot of, well, I don't know what's happening. I'm going with the flow. I'm not here. I'm not in charge of my life. Don't expect for you to hone into your confidence if you're going to jump in 2 feet in the abyss of nothingness. That's the wrong abyss. You're better off jumping into the unknown alone and figuring it out than jumping into that comfort zone, because that comfort zone has nothing in your favor. Distraction, chaos, diversion, temptation, nothing of fulfillment, nothing of higher standards. Figure out where you're going to place your intention at and hone in on your life. This is your life, guys. You get one life here, all right? So I rest my case. This broadcast, as I mentioned, was short, sweet, concise, and to the point, guys. This is for Scorpio season. I myself am a Scorpio. I have a stellium in Scorpio. So if there's any Scorpio in your life, I am the one. So with that being said, guys, enjoy this season. I'll be on again, all right? And make the most of your life, all right? Persevere, push through. But number one rule at this moment in the game is to follow your intuition. Your intuition is your body, your heart, mind, soul. It's the internal guidance system. Follow that internal guidance system. It is your North Star. It will lead you to your truth. It will never, ever, ever cheat you of your truth, all right? You got to follow it. Your higher self knows the truth. Follow your North Star. Use discernment. Don't use external validation to tell you, well, it's this or it's that. No, follow your inner truth. That is the way to complete alignment with self. All right, guys. Till next time. Bye.